Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to my channel. A lot of you people have been asking about freshers resume for DevOps engineering job role. And in this video, I am going to explain you how to create that resume in 15 minutes with very simple steps. This video is useful if you are a college student who is aspiring to be a DevOps and cloud engineer, or you are transitioning from non-IT background to IT background. So please watch it till the end so that you can create your own resume and which appeals to the interviewers. So first thing that I would do is I'll log into docs.google.com. So you just need to have a Google account. You just need a simple Gmail account and you can go to this website called docs.google.com. And once you are here, you have these options. These are basically some document templates, and click on this option called Resume Sheriff. And as soon as you click on this, you will get a simple resume template. And this template is very generic. So Google has provided this template for us that is useful for experienced DevOps engineers as well as someone who do not have experience, right? So what I am going to do is firstly, I'll just walk you through what are different fields that are available here and how we will modify this resume so that it looks like a entry level resume or fresher's resume. So firstly, there is this header where we are mostly going to use it in the same way, but we are just going to add some other details like LinkedIn or other social media handles. And we will remove this section called experience, but we will replace that with this section here. So what I'm going to do, because this is for freshers, if you are experienced engineer and watching this video, you can keep it as is. But if you are a fresher, just remove this entire thing and replace that with this project section. And usually for a entry level role, it is good to have some 3 or 4 projects. So I can just copy paste here and I will replace this with the actual details. For now, I'm just drafting it. Okay, so the project section is done. Education details, yeah, you can go up to your highest level of education. If degree is your highest level of education, you can just add your college details and your degree details. I mean, if you have done post graduation or if you have done masters, it's up to you how many educational how many sections do you want to add under this education field. Then to your right side, we will be adding about the skills. What are the skills that you have in the DevOps and cloud space? I'm going to show you how to update that. And there is this section called awards. Again, I'm going to explain how to update these things. And finally, the languages that you know. Perfect. So let's get started with updating the resume. So firstly, replace the name. Let's say this space is not enough for you. What you can do is you can just copy this one and you can just reduce the size, just change it to heading 1, or you can also go here and shrink it down. So from 35, you can get it to anything that you would like, and make sure your name is properly visible on the resume header section. And here, just add one line. Let's say you are a fresher who is still studying or in your final year of your college. You can just say an aspiring DevOps engineer who is looking for opportunities in DevOps and cloud. Okay. So you can add it according to your, understanding, or you can also change it and say that, you have some idea on the programming, you have some idea, whatever you would like to. But this is a very simple and sweet one, right? This is a very simple, short and sweet one. And here you can provide the details like what is your address. It's up to you how much details you want to provide. I can just say it as Hyderabad, India, followed by your mobile number. It is important to provide and share your mobile number on the resume because sometimes it is very easy for the recruiters to call you on your mobile rather than reaching you out on the email or on LinkedIn or any social media handles. If it is a very urgent requirement, they can simply call you immediately. And here you can provide your email address. Let me call it as testing So replace it with your actual email ID that you use it very often, gmail.com, and you can provide your LinkedIn account details here, right? So this will be my header section, which this part, which will typically provide information about my personal details. Then we will come back to this project section at the end, because I am going to show you in a very detailed way how to write about these projects. Let's move to the other parts of the resume before we go to the project section. Education. So coming to the education part, like I told you, start with your latest educational qualification here. If master's is your highest degree, so you can just say that, you know, just replace this, say that master's in computer sciences, master's in computer science, followed by the university details. Let's say Houston University. I'm just providing some random details, okay? And here you can provide from what time to what time. Like I have done it from 2021 to 2022, something like that. So I'm just making up these details. So provide your actual details. And here, if you want, you can just provide 1 or 2 lines about what exactly have you done. If you don't want to mention any details, like probably for some people they have a very good CGPA, or they have good percentile, then they can provide the details. Or let's say someone is a gold medalist or topper of their university, so you can add the details here. If not, you can just simply put the details in this way, and then you can provide your college details. What is the next one after your highest degree? So let's say bachelor's of technology. So you can just say bachelor's in computer science again, and you can provide your college details, whatever it is, and update the months and date. Perfect. And again, the same thing here. If you want to show something that you have achieved significantly during your college, you can add the details in 1 or 2 lines. If not, you can avoid that as well. Now let's move to the skills section. And this is very, very important. The ATS, whether it can be for the ATS score or it can be for uh, shortlisting of your resume, add the top skills in DevOps and cloud. So what I would do is in 2023, at the time of making this video, I will go with these skills. So first thing that I would add is Kubernetes, because it's one of the most important skills. And then I'll go for a public cloud platform. It can be AWS or Azure or GCP. So you can choose one of these things. Or if you have knowledge on multi-cloud, multiple cloud environments, you can also go with multiple cloud environments. Then the next one, infrastructure automation, is again one of the most important skills. So I would go with Terraform. Then I would go with some configuration management tools such as Ansible. For containerization, I would go with Docker. And let's say I want to add, sorry, Docker. And here, the next skill that I'm going to update is Linux. Git. In Git, I can just say GitHub, GitLab, whatever is your understanding on the version control systems. And one scripting is very important. So I would go for Bash and Python. So I'm just trying to cover all the keywords that are very important and that have most value in the market in 2023 at the time of making this video. Additionally, if you know something, probably you are good with Argo CD, or you are good with any other good GitOps, or any other things that I have not mentioned here, you can also add those things. But these are the primary skills that should reflect in the skills section. Then coming to the awards. Now, don't think too much here. Like, many of you have some little, or a very simple award, or someone might have accomplished a lot during your college, but try to put at least some things here. For example, you have participated in hackathon. Let's say you did not win hackathon, at least you must have participated, right? So you can just say that participated in hackathon. and provide some details about the hackathon that you might have participated. Or if you won hackathon, right, winner of hackathon, then that is even better. You can just say winner of hackathon. You can provide what are the details of that hackathon, who conducted that hackathon, when did that take place, right? So go back, think strongly, like, sit back and think. You might have definitely some accomplishments. You might have achieved something during 4 years of your college, so, or 6 years of your college and your post graduation or masters. So try to sit down and list down all the things. Even it can be a very simple thing. Try to put that in the award section. And finally, languages. Yeah, you can just put the languages that you know. For example, I can just say English and Hindi. Okay, so this is the thing about your skill section, award section, and the languages section. Now we will move to the most important one, that is the project section. Now, how should you update projects? Because you have not worked in any real time. So what can be these projects? So if you go to my channel, I've done bunch of videos on the real-time projects that a DevOps engineers does, right? So you can either go with my DevOps Zero to Hero playlist or AWS Zero to Hero playlist. You will find a lot of projects that I've done. So because I know what are the videos that I've done, I can simply come here and say that end-to-end CI/CD implementation. And when did you learn this? Probably, or you can just say on tools like Jenkins. So end-to-end CI/CD implementation using Jenkins. And add the details here. You should definitely add details. Like, how did you implement this end-to-end CI/CD pipeline? So you can just say implemented an end-to-end CI/CD pipeline for Java-based application using Jenkins declarative pipelines. As part of the pipeline, I have implemented various stages such as build, unit testing, static code analysis, sashed, dashed. You can add, any other things that you have implemented, creation of Docker images, deployment on Kubernetes platform using Argo CD. So this entire thing I have implemented on my channel. There is a video called Ultimate CI/CD Pipeline. So I know what is required for the video. So according to that, I have added the details. So you will be able to add this only when you perform the demonstrations and only when you learn the concepts in real time, right? So this is one project. I don't need this line here. So this is the project. Implemented an end-to-end CI/CD pipeline for Java-based application using Jenkins declarative pipelines. And I've added some details about the pipeline. If you have created even a more complicated pipeline, that's good. Like you have implemented some security approach or you have added some security scanning tools, you can also add those stages here. But I have added this according to the pipeline that I have implemented on my channel. Now you can add one more thing. So here we have covered about Jenkins and CI/CD. So probably here I'll cover something related to cloud. So I can say 3-tier architecture, implemented 3-tier architecture, and here I can say AWS. And here again, provide the details. You can go to my video. I have explained exactly how to create this 3-tier architecture. and you can add those details. So you can say what are the different components that are involved in this 3-tier architecture. That is day 30 of my AWS series. And probably you can just provide details like implemented a 3-tier architecture that is highly available and scalable using, let's say you have created it manually, you don't have to provide this. But if you have used any tools like Terraform, you can provide using Terraform and configured the application. You can just say and deployed the application on EC2 instances using the user data script. Okay. So this is your second project. And if you want, you can add more details like what are the AWS components involved here. So you can just say AWS components involved, and you can provide the components names like VPC is involved, auto scaling group is involved, right? Route 53 is involved, CDN is involved, Elastic Load Balancer is involved, or application load balancer is also involved, right? And you can provide details like what are the other things. If you have used certification manager, you can say that certification manager is involved. Or if you have, I forgot about ECT. And if you have S3 bucket, you can add S3 bucket, right? So if there is a NAT gateway, you can add about the NAT gateway. If there is web application firewall, you can say WAF. So these are some of the things that you can say, right? Or you can say just API gateway. Perfect. So this is how you will write about the second project. I'm just giving some examples. You can use any examples that you want, right? You can say the third example as configuration management Ansible. Here you can add details like managed configuration of multiple Linux and Windows instances using Ansible. You can provide the details of the playbook. Like you can say that I've created a playbook or I've written an Ansible role, and the number of Linux and Windows instances that you might have managed using this playbook, or the softwares that you have installed on this managing thing, or the security patches that you have created using Ansible. So I'm just trying to cover some tools here so that you will understand how to write these things. And there are some advanced projects as well on the channel. For example, you can say cloud cost optimization. AWS. And I have explained you how to make use of the serverless Lambda functions, or the serverless service that is provided by the AWS, which is Lambda function, to reduce the cost of AWS platform, or all the AWS billing that is generated on your AWS platform. So again, you can write it down saying that use the combination of AWS CloudWatch and Lambda functions to decrease the cloud costing or cloud billing by 25%. I mean, you can come up with your own number. I'm just providing a number here. And you can say, how did you implement this? You can just say implementation, and you can provide some basic details like how did you write this Lambda function? So I can just say created Lambda function in Python, use the Boto3 module to interact with AWS service APIs, and this Lambda function is triggered by CloudWatch events. So whenever there is a CloudWatch event, the Lambda function gets triggered. And what you have done is you can provide some detail like, you made sure that if there is any stale EBS volume, that's the example that we have done, right? So what did we do here? So you can just say that this Lambda function would watch for any unused EBS snapshots and either delete them or sends out notifications to the snapshot owner, right? So here I have created 4 projects, and all of these 4 projects we have implemented with practicals. So you can go back and you can check on my YouTube channel if you want to put the same projects. But what I would recommend is, instead of using the same projects that I have provided here, the best thing would be follow the DevOps Zero to Hero playlist, follow the AWS Zero to Hero playlist, and create your own projects, right? Instead of using the same things that I have used here, prefer the projects that you have good knowledge with. So choose 4 to 5 projects from both the series, and whatever you are best at, you can just copy them onto the resume. And all these details I have also provided on the videos. Probably I might have not provided in this much detail, but during the explanation, you can create your own notes and you can write it here, right? So this is how you create a fresher resume for DevOps engineering job role. I hope you found the video informative. And finally, what you will do is you can just click on Control P and you can print this. So your resume will look in this format. And better create the resume in 1 or 2 pages. Do not exceed more than that. And let's say you have any certifications, so you can also put that certifications in the award section. So you can just call it as awards and achievements, and you can put your certification details also here. So this is the video for today. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comment section if you have any feedback or if you need any more such videos. Thank you so much. See you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.